have a question for women who don't want kids, and massive disclaimer, this is not at all to convince anyone to have kids. I think it should be normalized that we don't have kids. It used to be in matriarchal societies. I've talked about that before. So please know I'm coming at it from this lens, just something I'm generally curious about.
So this lady over here is asking child-free by choice women important question. She's just curious that if you decide not to have kids, could it be because of the way your mom treated you, or the way your dad treated you, or you just feel like you're going to be a bad mom or a bad dad? That is what she's asking. Anyways, let me go ahead and roll this clip for you all to watch to the end, and I'll be back.
I have a question for women who don't want kids, and massive disclaimer, this is not at all to convince anyone to have kids. I think it should be normalized that we don't have kids. It used to be in matriarchal societies. I've talked about that before. So please know I'm coming at it from this lens, just something I'm generally curious about. How much is your decision to not want children because of the relationship you have with your own mother? And this is something I've thought about for years, but this book really touches on it, and I want to read a passage. The fear of identifying with one's own mother is particularly profound in daughters. Women who've had bad mothering will often get frightened. They will wonder, will I hurt like my mother? Will I get angry like my mother? And so yeah, it's just something I'm curious about, like how much is your decision to not have children based off of a fear of replicating what your mother did to you and you not wanting to do that to another human being?
Doing today, it's your girl Maria Davis, and I'm back again with another interesting video. So let me go ahead. I know your thoughts about this video down in the comment section, and I personally don't think that most people that decide not to have children is because of childhood trauma. I just feel like they just don't want it. It's because it might even be because of they have to go through the birth aspect of childbirth and all of that. But anyways, let me know your thoughts about this video down in the comment section. I will share my own opinion at the end of all the stitches. Most of the stitches, or probably all of the stitches, are coming from child-free by choice women. So if you're child-free by choice women are watching this video, let me know down in the comment section, what is your take on this question? Are you going child-free by choice because of the way your mother treated you? Probably you saw how hurtful and narcissistic your mother was to you, but you don't want to be like that to your own child, and you're afraid that you might be like that to your own child. Let me know your thoughts about this video down in the comment section.
Your decision to not want children because of the relationship you have with your own mother?
Not even slightly. My mom was an excellent mother, and in fact, the only reason I actually thought I should have children was because I knew that she wanted grandchildren, and that's not the right reasons to have children. I have a long list of reasons why I don't want to be a parent. And it's more that I don't want to be a parent than that I don't want to have a child. And I should say, there's no shame in choosing to have or not have kids. There's only shame in the government for taking away that choice.
I have a question for women who don't want kids, and
to answer this creator's question, and definitely go back and watch their video, no. My decision to be child-free has nothing to do with a mother wound or my relationship with my mother or any kind of trauma or damage of any kind. And I would also like us to be able to distance child-free people from the notion that they are somehow damaged. Not wanting kids because you just don't want kids, that's completely valid. And just so you know, my mother is very proud of me for my decision.
I have a question for women who don't want kids, and massive disclaimer, this is not at all to convince anyone.
I don't want kids, never have, has nothing to do with my mom, has everything to do with just children do not fit into what I want in my life. I don't have the capacity to have someone around me 24/7 that always needs me. I need a lot of alone time. I don't want to be financially responsible for another human being. It's a very big job. And I would rather travel and, not always have to worry about someone else.
I have a question for women who don't want kids, and massive disclaimer, this is not at all to convince anyone.
Okay, so this is a no for me. This creator is asking, did trauma with your mother lead to your decision on why you don't want kids? And mine's a no. I have no trauma. I had nothing bad happen with my mom as a child or as a teenager, except us arguing, all the time as a teenager because I had rules and I didn't like it. Other than that, she is my best friend now, and she 100% supports me. She even supports me so much that she watched a documentary on child-free by choice people and was shocked. She called me and said, is this really what people say to you? Is this really what you go through? And I'm like, yeah, it is. I don't talk about it because it doesn't bother me one bit because I am living my best life and I don't care what people say. But yeah, she was actually shocked at what people say and do to child-free people. But y'all, PSA, let people make their own decisions. Don't say you're going to regret it. Don't say you're going to change your mind. Let them make their choices. It's okay.
Decision to not want children because of the relationship you have with your own mother.
Normally I wouldn't answer this because my child-free status has nothing to do with my relationship with my mother. She's wonderful and I can't wait to be more like her when I grow up. But the way this question is framed has always made me think, because it's always framed as the decision not to have kids rather than the decision to. When we talk about big life decisions, it's usually things that change our life, and not having kids changes nothing, while parenting is a huge investment of time, money, and energy. And I don't know why we continue to treat children as the default when that is the thing that is changing for people.
Her question is if women who don't want kids, it has anything to do with your relationship with your mother. It's got nothing to do with my relationship with my mother. Our relationship is healing, but I still don't think it could ever be like an amazing mother-daughter relationship. And mind you, I was 15 and pregnant. Being pregnant was the most beautiful, magical thing I've ever experienced, and I crave that. I want that so badly. I want a family, but right now, it's not the time. And whenever it is the time, we're going to adopt or do foster care, because there are kids here that need us, and we don't need to keep bringing children into this world simply to see our genes in them. It's honestly kind of selfish. Now, again, don't get me wrong. I love the idea of having a mini-me. I think that's cute and awesome, but humans are not baby dolls. Humans are not for our pleasure. You are responsible for them for the next 18 years, and you are going to fuck them up no matter how hard you try not to. This world is going to fuck them up, and that's terrifying. So no, it has nothing to do with my mother.
Kindly put your thoughts about this video down in the comment section. If you're a child-free by choice woman, what do you think? Do you think most people that are child-free by choice are doing it because of their trauma from their mom? Because to be honest, I've seen a lot of videos about narcissist mother, and adult children are coming out to talk about it, and it shows that, in fact, when you sit down, and most African mothers are actually narcissists, not all, but most of them. Then seeing other race as well going through this whole thing, I feel like it's not just us, because it feels normal in our own part of the world. And when I see other people, I'm like, okay, so is it because of your mom is like that and you're afraid that probably you might be like that when you have your child? For me, I don't really get why people ask that question to child-free by choice people. I always feel like when someone tells you, I don't want to have a child, just respect that. Like, it should be like a norm. I don't want to believe that 2024 we are still going to be asking questions like, okay, why don't you want to have a child? Because when someone tells you that they want to have a child, do you ask, why do you want to have a child? Nobody asks, because they feel it is normal. So why should it be abnormal when someone come and say, I don't want to ever have a child? Like, I've made my decision and I'm not going to ever have a child. It should just be like, okay, that's good. Like, it shouldn't be, why don't you want, like, why like, to me, I don't think those questions are necessary, because these questions that you're even asking, do you ask people that decide to have children if they've actually, dissolved or actually gone to therapy due to their childhood trauma? Most of them did not. They're just carrying the old thing like that and, transferring the old thing to their child, and it keeps going on. The chain keeps going on like that. So when someone decides to not have children, I don't think people should start digging deep on, okay, it might just basically be like they just don't want it, and it's a good decision. It's not something abnormal. It's like a good decision. Like, I don't want to have a child. I don't want to have a child, period. Like, it still feels abnormal, and people are still feeling like it's, why would you say that? You're selfish, you're this, you're that, you're wicked, or you're just thinking about yourself, or because you want to travel alone, you'll be bored, you'll be lonely. At the time you wish you had somebody you can call when you're old. They just keep saying all of that. And I wonder, because people that actually had children, even more than one, more than two, more than three, they still face these things that you are telling someone that decide not to have children. You cannot tell me that someone that has like 2 children, or probably you're a bad mother when you're raising your child. Your adult children are not going to have your time, because now adult children are going no contact with their parents. So what should you say about that? Because probably they were having children just because they don't want to feel alone when they are old. So now that their adult children are leaving them, they're like going no contact, like do not talk to me, like they're not even talking to their parent just because they are toxic to them. So what do you say about that? Do they have any child to look after them when they are old? No, like that's just it. And to me, I don't feel people that, to me though, I don't feel people that choose not to have children is because of child. Some people might be because of child. I feel like I've seen a video of someone saying it's because of she has to deal with her trauma that she's facing and all of that. I think I've seen a video like that, but it's actually rare. And I feel like most people that just decide not to is because they want to live their life. They love themselves. They're just being selfish to themselves, and they love themselves so much, and they don't want anything to pull them down. They want anything to, disturb them. And they can be a good aunt, a good godmother and all of that, but the fact that they will have their own is actually like a no, which is fine, which is okay. It should be normal. Like, are you like, anyways, let me know your thoughts about this video down in the comment section. What is your take on this video? I'd like to hear your thoughts about it down in the comment section. And thank you all so much for sticking around to this point. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and share, subscribe, and kindly turn on the post notification bell so you can get notified when I upload an interesting video like this one. Alright, I'll see you all in my next one. Bye.